day gets started. And hopefully I get to catch you on your way to work. Hop on in, throw in some questions or anything. I'm gonna be on here for about 10 minutes. Um, Today I got on my Instagram and I showed my Cruton. I don't know if you all remember, but I had bought one about right there at the end of summer. Actually, it was right there mid start of fall, I would say. But right at the end of summer is when I started noticing the Crutons and stuff coming back in the stock. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get one. Now, it was just supposed to be outside. That's what it was for. So I set it outside on the step, on the porch. Then the temperature came. I probably had it outside for about 3 weeks. Temperature dropped down to, I'm talking about like 42. So I had to bring it in, and it was doing great for about a couple of weeks. Set it outside to water it, forgot about it overnight, and temperatures dropped down to 32. It's been a struggle since then. So what I did, all the leaves just kept falling off every day. A leaf would fall off, leaf would fall off, almost till it was looking bare. I just got my scissors, went ahead and just cut it all the way back just to give it a fresh start. But so a few things that I just want to just touch on today that I'm going to be getting in here doing is going around just seeing if there's any plants that need some watering and any plants that need some adjustment. I did notice that when I moved the room around, that there was a lot of plants that do need some extensions or some moss poles and so forth. So what I'm going to do is just take an inventory count of it. If it's some stakes that need to be redid inside of them and I need to put screws in them to just extend them, because that's the cheapest way and that's a good reliable way, then that's what I'll do. Really, guys, since the movement, and I'll show you in here, it has been great in here. This is where I moved all the plants to over here. Now the plants that are over here on this side are just plants that are basically low light carrying plants, but they have that window right there that gets them to do really, really good. Yeah, that's pretty much the update on that part. Now we can take a look over here, turn it there. This section over here is doing really, really well. I got over here earlier this week, sprayed the whole cabinet down and wiped it down, guys. And I can truly say that the mealy bugs really are going away. So I'm very excited about this because I actually want to use this cabinet to grow out a Cissus discolor. I don't know if you all remember, about a year and a half ago, I had a Cissus discolor. It's like a vine plant. You could look into it. It's like purplish green. Oh, it vines all the way down. It's absolutely beautiful. It dried out. That's a plant that has to keep moisture in. I was not aware at that time. I was just doing my monsteras, my philodendrons, my Hoyas, and those plants prefer to dry out. Good morning, Angel. And what happened was is that I forgot all about the plant. I went back to it. I started noticing that it had a few little crispy leaves. I said, well, I'm gonna leave it alone. Was not smart. Came back to basically no plant. I did a repot of it, and I had a few started to sprout out of it, but it just wasn't a reliable. So it ended up dying. So I do want to get another one of those. I actually saw it in the store about 2 weeks ago, but guys, right now, I'm just not in a position to really want to buy more plants to try to learn how to care for them. What do you all have planned for today? I know some of you all probably heading to work. Also, I don't know, do a lot of you, if English teacher, oh, you getting ready to go to school. Okay, all right. Getting ready, well, I should say getting ready to go to work, but getting ready to go to school, so forth like that. Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop Aubrey off now. That's my youngest daughter. I don't know if you all have been watching like some of the videos and so forth that I've been posting where I had like plantware stuff, but this right here is going to be the latest. Do you have a philodendron macaulay? I do not. I do not. Actually, that's funny that you said that. Do you know that was the first philodendron that I actually purchased? Well, philodendron that I knew the name of it. I ordered that plant offline. I forgot where it came from, but it was somewhere like in the mid-states. Got shipped to the house. Did pretty good for like the first 2 or 3 months. I had it sitting on the table for the sunlight to be able to come in. Closed the blinds. Never came back to it. Plant just started slowly deteriorating. And what did I do? I didn't have enough knowledge about plants or what to properly do. I repotted it. So the pot that it came in was like a pot this size because it was just a 4-inch plant, right? I ended up putting it in an 8-inch pot. Water it, completely drowned it. Now, I will say that the closest plant that I do have to that will be, it could be my orange marmalade, or have you ever had a Congo before? Show you. It's right here. Is a philodendron red Congo. Now these plants get to be pretty big and massive in size. As you can tell, the plant started off pretty small and then it just hit this growth spurt where it just went crazy. You have Imperial Red and the Prince of Orange. Listen. Prince of Orange, I bought that plant, Prince of Orange, and I have no idea what happened to it. What pest cause yellow leaves and leaf drop? It can be a variety of pests, but what I would do is check number one, check to see if you have mealy bugs. Now, if you have mealy bugs, they're like little bitty little white bugs that are on there, and if you touch them, they almost turn to dust. That's usually a strong indicator. Give me 1 second. Now, a really good pest prevention thing that I would use will go with this. You get this off of Amazon. It's called SNS 203. That helps pretty good. If you have thrips, they can also turn the leaves yellow, but usually you start seeing black to follow after that, and your stems will start turning like dark little dots on top of that as well. Oh, and I need to be reading this out. Somebody recommended that. So, Angel, you asked, did I have a philodendron Macaulay funnel? I do not. And then what pests can cause yellow leaves and leaf drop? And with the leaf drop, I will also check just to make sure that you do have water that's passing through from the top to the bottom, because depending on what kind of leaf drops, are your yellow leaves, are they turning crispy yellow or are they still soggy, soft yellow? That makes a big difference too. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back. I'm gonna put it back here on the floor though, because it needs some water, and I can tell by the weight of that stem, it may fall down. Also, I'll give you the leaf. Okay, let's see here. So leaves are soft yellow. Okay. So your plant is definitely stressed. If it's soft yellow, how is your water? Did you just recently water the plant? Good morning, Happy Life. If you just watered the plant, then we could be having some watering issues. And if you don't mind me asking, what kind of plant is it, if you know? All right, guys, so I don't know if you all seen this book right here, but I do have a couple of books, and I am gonna put them on a post on my Instagram. If you want to follow that, is He Really Loves His Plants. This right here, this book is really good. There are a lot of books that's out here, a lot of books that works for plants, and actually one of my favorite books, I have two of them. They're by the same author. They're black and white. That does suck because it's good. 1 second, I gotta check. I'm working on a sweatshirt out there, and I don't Sorry, I'm working on a sweatshirt and then it's not supposed to go over a certain limit. And if it does, I'm gonna have to backtrack. It's just gonna cause a big mess. Yeah, but Hoya. Let's see here. All right, so this is my Hoya right here. Happy life. I have a easy plant money tree. It's lasted me over a year. Money tree isn't that easy. It really isn't that easy. You do just a good job. You've been giving it the perfect environment. So kudos. Give yourself some credit. Um, I've had one money tree before. I actually ended up giving it away, not because it was too hard to take care of. I just didn't have the proper environment for it to be able to thrive at. I had it in the living room, but I also had so many other plants that I knew that it needed to get. The company is called Easy Plant. Oh, the company's called Easy Plant. I'm sorry about that. I took that and ran with it, didn't I? All right, so let's talk about this Hoya. You said that you're having a little bit of yellowing. So, yellowing when it gets soft. I really wish I could. The pot is a self-watering pot. Yes, self-watering pots are key. I have this in a self-watering pot. Actually, a lot of my plants I put into a self-watering pot, especially in that very juvenile to get into, like, I guess we could say teenager type age with the plants. They Watering is hard because if you give it too much water, of course, we know it's gonna die. But if you also don't give enough water, it will cause the plant to grow very slow, and it almost make it feel like you're not doing enough for it. Yellowing though, let's get back to that. Yellowing with the Hoya, first thing I would go ahead and do is definitely get a pest treatment going on. You can get some insecticidal soap that's just ready to go into the store and pick up, or you can go with the SNS 203. That'd be pretty good for you. Next thing I would do, if you still have some yellowing going on, I would completely repot the plant. Now, I don't care about repotting the plant in the fall or winter time or anything like that, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait until the plant dies before you start to repot it just to make sure it's warm outside. That's something I would definitely do because it just might be some type of things going on inside of the soil that you're just not aware of. And also too, your soil could have dry patches inside there too, which that you water it, but because it's going different places, it's not really going into. I think they call it soil clog or something like that. I can't give you a technical name. All right, guys. With that being said and done, I am gonna hop off of here. I do plan to get on here a little bit later on today too. Does dry root rot cause yellowing and leaf drop? Um, the question is throwing me a tad bit off. Because root rot, you're gonna have a whole lot of water inside of there. That's usually what's going on. That it's not enough water to go through from the top to the bottom or to get out the pot. Of course, Happy Life. Look, I could really get into it. I'm sorry, I'm just all over everywhere right now. This is the first time me doing live before I get ready to go to school, so I'm gonna have a paper and just have a few plants that I talk about. But I hope you have an amazing day. Um, Root rot does cause yellowing and leaf drop. That was the first thing that I was gonna ask you about. Is that if you well that's why I was mentioning about did you just recently water the plant? Because if you did just recently water it, then the water could be sitting inside the soil. Yes, sweetie, I know it's time for us to get ready to go to school. If you have, if you just watered it and it's retaining the water, that does cause the drop. But just in case you do have pests, just make sure. You too, I appreciate that. All right, guys, so if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, put them down at the bottom. I am going to check them and I'm going to tackle them soon as I go live. Okay, Priscilla Rush, I'm about to hop off of here, but that doesn't mean the conversation has to be over. If you have my Instagram, go ahead and take a picture of the plant and send it to me on there. I know we can't do pictures or anything on here. Send it there and I'll definitely take a look at it, because I hope that's all it is just root rot. I mean, I hate root rot too, but we can treat that. All we have to do is just take it out, repot it, put it in a nice chunky air mix, put a little Super Thrive with some water in there, and we're gonna be good to go. All right, guys, you all take care, and I'll see you next time.